So, Michelle, if I can start with the one slide I decided to put on. It's from my WhatsApp this morning at 11 o'clock when I'm sitting in my office in Akko, the Loud Employment Center. And I get a WhatsApp from my daughter, my joint WhatsApp with my husband and daughter. My 14-year-old, she says, "I'm alive. Are you alive?" And I just replied, "Yes, love," and continued with our day. You can take off the slide. I didn't mean to. I'm Michal, and I was born in Israel in the 70s, fifth generation of a very Zionist family. My great-great-grandfather was the first Jewish judge in Palestine. My great-grandfather was a chief rabbi. The other one made Aliyah from Brooklyn. When he was 80, chose to come to live in Israel. My grandfather was the first state attorney. The other one founded the Mossad. My grandmother founded Maskit and worked at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And the other one was one of the first lawyers to have a firm in Israel. My parents were civil servants, and I lived all over the world, actually. I lived in Germany, in England, and in Italy. But it made me decide that this is my country and this is where I'm going to live. And I lived most of my life in Tel Aviv. And after the second Lebanese war, which was very long, 34 days, at the time it was very long, I moved. I actually moved to the Galilee, to the Western Galilee on the 7th of October, 2006. I've been living here in Klil, in the small village off the grid. I left an amazing apartment in Tel Aviv, amazing job, friends, family, comfortable life, and chose to live here for love. And I've been practicing my Galilean Zionism ever since. I couldn't find a good job, nothing that suited my skills. I ended up opening my own PR and marketing company. And in 2012, there was an initiative of small businesses, and I was lucky enough to be chosen to found it into an organization, into an NGO called Western Galilee now. Since then, with the help of Jewish National Fund, I've managed to change lives of thousands of people. I can really say it, small businesses and many personal people. I work in the community, I volunteer. I'm raising two amazing girls. One is 14 and one is 8. And I've gone through COVID, and I work in tourism, and it's the first thing to stop. And I pulled through, and I pulled it through because of the Jewish National Fund USA that backed me, was with me. And then came the riots 2 years later. And I work in Akko. It's a mixed city. And it was devastating, but I pulled through. And I became stronger from each, and my organization grew bigger from every challenge. But 11 months ago, the war started here. I've been living in a war zone with my family, with my colleagues, with my friends. Many have left. And every single day, like today, I choose to continue to live here. And it's living in fear. And every morning, when I say goodbye to my girls, like this morning, I don't know how the rest of the day is going to look like. And plan to cry. And when they come back, we sit around the table, and what they talk about is how they spend the day in a bomb shelter or in the room next to the bomb shelter because they have 30 seconds to get there. And when I asked my 14-year-old, how many bomb shelters do you have in your school? She said, 4 classrooms. In my year, that's 30 students. We go into one classroom, 120 kids, like sardines, and stand there while the bombs are going off. And this is my life right now. But I've managed to pivot to my work. I managed to stay strong for my colleagues, my coworkers. They're all mothers. Today at 11 o'clock, all our phones buzzed with all the sirens all over. We checked where our kids are, and we all went back to work, because what we do is we make life better for so many people here who are unemployed, who are looking for, who have to pivot their work, who are being displaced, who have a closed business or have an open business with no clients. And I have to reimagine every single moment and find the strength within me and the power to make the change and continue to choose to live here with the fear and the challenges, because there's no other place for me but the Galilee. And when Deb talked about 0.4 kilometers from the border with Lebanon, that's me. One of the main things that keeps me strong is you. And I mean it. Jewish National Fund USA has been with us through all these challenges, finding the way and the optimism to put together a plan and thinking of our future, about our reality, helping us right now, but also reimagining our future, because no one else is doing it right now. We don't know what the future is. So that's me. And I thank you. And I don't know if I followed the rules, Chagit, I'm sorry.
You're a
Thank you.
straight A student, but what would you like us to do? Assuming that we are your target
I would
audience.
You are my target audience. I think my target audience is anyone who has any kind of sentiment or curiosity for what's happening in Israel in general and what's happening in the Galilee, because only lately people have been talking about the Galilee, and we've been here 11 crazy months. Crazy. I can't even start explaining. And what do I want? I want you to tell our story. I want you to be the voice of the Galilee, not only the Western Galilee. And if people can help and become part of Jewish National Fund USA, I thank them for it, because I know that they're helping us. They're helping us keep alive. I mean it. I really mean it. Alive from security point for with bomb shelters, and alive by having jobs and a purpose and helping people, because that's what keeps us going, having a purpose, having value right now. So tell the story and make people donate.